Remember to subscribe and hit the bells for notification.
Sun's pretty bright, kind of in the eyeball, so it must be morning time. So good morning to everybody. Hope you got a long and prosperous day so you can sit back in the evening. This is our holding tank for our gray water because we're having a cassette toilet, so we're not going to have actual black water. And this is set up pretty much the same way as our fresh water. I just wanted to kind of show you this because you get these little probes and you line these up. So this would be low, medium, high, and then a common would send a signal. If it's at the low, it'll send a signal between these two, and then it goes back on this to the receiver in there. But it's just a 3/8 hole. So you just try to get them as clean as you can, and you don't want any burrs on them. So you just kind of take a sharp chisel and clean it up. Because this right here, as that tightens up, it squeezes this black rubber, squeezes it in, and that's what makes your seal. And they actually seal pretty tight. I was amazed at how tight they seal. But anyhow, this just goes in there, and you just wiggle it till it seats all the way in flush. And you just tighten it up. And with this, they send you kind of like a blueprint of where to actually cut your things in and where to put the common. And then over here on this one, it actually tells you the color code. So full is orange, green's medium, and yellow is low. So my yellow one will go right over here onto this one. Just put the nut on it and tighten it up. And then there's a control board inside, which all these go to. This is our control board for inside. And so this red and then this common actually comes from the control board. So this would be our hot and this would be our negative. And then these two wires down here are the heating pad we stuck underneath it. And it is on a thermostat, and we're gonna have it a switch upstairs. So that way if we got to a real cold spell or something, we could put a little bit of heat on this to keep it from freezing. And we did insulate this. I'm getting ready to make the metal box that we'll slide it into and then mount it up. So when we get a little more ready on this one, we'll do a little more videoing. This is my sheet metal box I'm making to enclose my gray tank with. We did similar, the same thing with the freshwater tank. Your metal comes in 3x8 or 4x8. This sheet here was like 16 bucks. And that way it'll be enclosed. I'll paint it with like the black underlayment to protect it. That way my tank's protected, the insulation's protected and everything else. And you just lay it out. What I needed was 14 by 18 and 5/8. So you just go 14, 18 and 5/8, 14, 18 and 5/8. And then it's got a 1-inch overlap that I screw together. The same thing on this side. And then you just cut it with fair snips. Kind of like a big pair of scissors. And just knock the corner. And then I've got a metal brake over here, so we'll take it over there and kind of show you. So this is my metal brake. It's a 4-foot brake. So you just line it up with the marks you got. And you just clamp it down and just lift it up for a 90 degrees. So now, as I'm coming out, every one of my notches you just line it up on the notches, pull the handle down and bring it up at 90. Go to the next set of notches. That gives me my square box that's going to slide over our gray water tank to protect it. And now the remaining stuff, I'll make 2 caps out of metal that are cap to each end of it. So I'll finish making those. We'll take it around front and put it together. So I'm getting ready to put the end cap on it. Like I say, I cut it out and then folded an inch in on it. And then I took, so this is called S cleats. If you look at it, it's like an S. So that when it goes all the way around on here, you just kind of slide one end in, the other end. Then as you go down, slide the bottom in. That way it makes a pretty tight seal, and I will run a couple screws in it. And then this is the kind of like the undercoat stuff. And so the whole thing,
that's what they call plastic dip, isn't it?
yeah, this is the plastic dip. It's the same thing as undercoat, sort of. But we'll spray the whole thing. We'll put 2 or 3 coats of that on it, which will protect it underneath. And this is galvanized, so galvanized don't rust as quick as just regular steel. So that's how that ends up finished up. This end down here, I haven't cut the S's, but it'll be the same way, and I have to poke a little hole for the wires to come through. And I'll put a grommet, but the same type thing. This will slide onto those, and then here's my 2 fittings that come out. This will be the in, this will be the out, and then like I say, my wires will come out there. So that's kind of how this whole thing goes together. And like I say, I will put some screws in this once I get it all together to hold it. And then I will tape, I put some putty over these to keep them from shorting out. And I will take another piece of the board and put over these so they won't slide forward and short out on this, because I don't want that to be a problem later. So I'll just deal with the problem now and cover it up so that it can't short out. So like I say, once it's all together, this will be together like that. I'll put 3 or 4 coats of that on it, and then we'll lift it up underneath. Here's the gray water tank up there. We still gotta do the electrical. The electrical there is for the sensors, whether it's full, empty, or low, or whatever. And then the tank heaters. So that's still got to go in. The other wires are kind of hanging down right there, so I got to put them together. I kind of had to squish it a little bit to get it up in there. But it had like a 3/4 inch playroom inside it, so it didn't really hurt the tank any. But that's what I had to do to get it up in there. And everything is double lock nutted, and it's got the red Loctite on it, so hopefully it never comes loose. And there's the front one. And I don't know if we can see back here. It's up here. Can't really see. But the inlet and the outlet's up there. We got to get a valve to put on it so we can drain it right here in front of the tire. But anyhow, there it is up underneath there. Like I say, I had to do a little crunch on it, but it didn't hurt the tank any. But I just wanted to make sure it was secure up underneath there and not hanging down too low. So that should be the end of the freshwater tank, except for the piping in, ABS, and the valve. So time's getting short. Gotta go. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Thanks again for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember to hit the bell for notifications.